The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. Do we have a contradiction in here? I don't know. Oh, I got it. That was just a shot in the dark. I didn't fucking... Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell what? I sell blunts. I sell boxed lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. A knife. No! Never fails. Never fails. Classic. The knife that was in Mr. Edwards' trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? The bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there. The defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? Mommy, I prosecuted bad people. Why is there a kid here? Hello? What? Get the kid out of here. The defense has a request. We asked that the witness provide an accurate testimony. You fuck. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon! That is true. What happens if there wasn't a knife in that car? What would she have done? Order! 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 Great. Now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright! My sister's as good as free! She's too optimistic. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. Oh, no thank you. I don't really like pie. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory! Bah. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seemed to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution needs proof. That is the only thing the prosecution need proof. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My power of deductions are not to be underestimated. Really now? Angel's deduction. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again. It's good enough. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So, if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? Yes. In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Oh, now I want pizza. Oh, but it has such a big lunch. Why does food have to taste so good? It's not fair. Okay, I know what it is. This one's easy. Where's the one where it's like stabbed once? Okay. Fuck, go. Sick. You say she stabbed him again and again. But you couldn't have witnessed that! Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. What's 2 plus 6? Oh. With my moss surprise. What is it? I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this. But take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. The autopsy report states that the death was due to loss of blood from one stab wound. Aha! You're right! Good show, Mr. Edward!
What a hunk! He's my hero, really!
I'm fucking up Emma's voice. She doesn't have a voice, who cares?
What about my objection? No one noticed?
Well, witness!
You got the crime scene set, right?
She has so much lunches on her. Oh, thanks!
I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible.
And so, you're saying you mistook something for blood? I don't know if that notification of my friend playing a game popped up, but if it did, whatever.
When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood on her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. And that's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice.
What? Then tell us what you saw! What? Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood! Testify!
Preach. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was.
Muffler? She don't have a muffler! There's no muffler here. What are you talking about?
Miss Starr, I demand an explanation!
Why did you fucking interrupt me, Edgeworth? Give me at least one win! Come on! The witness is clearly not suited for detective work.
What?
The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you proved it yourself. With this photograph. Why are you taking my...
That can't be...
Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Don't fucking disrespect the lunch ladies of the world. Harsh words, but good. Why is fucking Edgeworth just fucking objecting to his witnesses stuff? Leave me alone, Edgeworth, and leave her alone. Let me do my job.
In the end, Mr. Edward prevails.
What was my objection? Chopped liver?
But it was there. A scarf. Not that, but something red. Really.
Well, now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business.
What?
I think my throat is dry. I think I'm not enunciating well. I think I'm tired. Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that.
Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least.
Why are you going... What, you're just admitting that you don't remember shit. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony.
The most important part?
Stop reading my thoughts. What is with this? Why did they keep reading my thoughts? What's the point of me having inner thoughts if you're just gonna read them? The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth.
After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile.
How did you run over there so fast? Did you jump the fence? You were quite determined about the scarf, weren't you?
I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Scar, known to be a snake and a cobra all at once.
That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake.
Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten.
No thanks.
Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites.
Emma really doesn't add a whole lot to this, does she? Huh. I never realized how kind of... Maybe it's just now. Maybe she gets better later. I don't fully remember this case, so as of right now, she's kind of doesn't do much of anything. Maya was way more helpful, even though she wasn't a lawyer.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum.
An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Why? Is it heavy? I'm assuming it's heavy.
Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, that one. A leopard woman.
Rawr. I don't know how to rawr. If I knew how to roll my tongue, I would do it, but I can't. Rawr, XD. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run the partition. Driver, pull up the partition, please. They don't need to say on her knees or something like that. Why would you be on your knees in a car? So where's this partition on the floor plans? Whatever. I'm sure she means this wall next to the car. That's right. There was a wall there, about 6 feet high.
She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do.
And what did you do then?
I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot.
You can't arrest people, you're a lunch lady. You say it quickly. Were you close to the suspect?
As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time.
But there was a fence. Maybe I should press it for more details? Yeah? Wait, I pressed the wrong button! Fuck! How far? I could just look at the picture to find out. Very well. Oh shit! You tricked me! You tricked me! You tricked me! I had to go down to the second option. Asshole. I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The Lunchland car was... She was a visitor. Plus, she was parked in B block. So you witnessed the murder from... here? That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Starr?
Yes, that's right.
But there was a chain link fence in front of you.
I went over it, of course.
Amazing! The Gotham Queen, lunch lady athlete indeed.
It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence. So she couldn't have gone to my sister that fast.
Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. There's also a truck in the way? Where did that truck come from? So how did Miss Sky not get away? Oh, dearie me, someone witnessed me stab a man. I guess I'd better run. Oh my god, I tripped. Oh no, that's how. She mentioned muffler when I arrested her. She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say?
If I remembered exactly, I would have told you in my testimony.
Cheeky!
Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler.
Just that one word? So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else?
Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone.
Her phone? She can't mean... Sure. By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene?
Yes, ultimately.
Ultimately?
My memory is like a salmon heading upstream, you see.
No! The court doesn't see, Miss Starr! Your memory's always climbing up? Climbing up where?
The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall.
On the wall?
That's right. Near the car. There was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently it was out of order.
And so she used her cell phone. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. What if you had an emergency? What? Why is it out of order? Sorry. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? You should, of course, add this to your testimony.
The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney.
The word muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18. Although I don't think we told Emma, but I don't think we told everyone that it was Emma's call. Emma. What is it to check? I don't want to check. I saw it all how she tried to use the phone though, but had to use the cell phone instead. But how did you see that there was a partition in the way? You bitch. Miss Starr,
I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky.
The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Despite the fact that we've been fucking... What?
Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago.
I don't think Edward had a... What? Edward did it? Well, Miss Starr? This is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this?
I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up.
No, thank you. Let's look at the floor plans. You say you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the backside of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies. You get him, Nick. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court. Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about where she saw it. Miss Sky tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it'd be pointless for Miss Starr to lie about it. Pointless to lie. I see. And the fact that she knew that it was out of order would indicate that... Wait. I was gonna say, the fact that she knew it was out of order would indicate that it's the truth. Because she saw it, because it was actually out of order. But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Starr witnessed the crime from a completely different location. A different location. Now that's a pointless lie if I've ever heard one. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it! No. Fuck! Let me ask a question for our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard up until now points in one direction. Maybe you light up my world like... The place where Miss Starr something saw the crime. I'm sure that's what I can slide? Whee! This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room? Indeed, the security guard room is in the underground parking lot, is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime in the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Starr?
How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today, as man has gotten the better of Angel Star. Well, now you must die.
Order! Order! Witness! What have you done? You used to be a detective! You should know better!
I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails.
The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Sky?
Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make sense.
Huh?
She could have just said that she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything.
Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. And that truth still stands. It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this.
She wouldn't risk that without a good reason.
When your hair is this short, it's like the hair strands like poke at you and it makes your neck itchy and I can't stop fucking itching it. God damn it.
So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright.
Bitch, I don't fucking know. Huh? Me?
What else?
Mr. Wright, let's review what we know.
Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from the B block. It must make a vital difference. But what? What would change?
The distance to the crime.
It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. My condolences, Mr. Wright. But one look at the floor plan and it is quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime.
Brr.
Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness?
You.
Yes? Is that rubber bands?
You ordered the squid eels, right?
Those are legitimately just rubber bands.
The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible.
I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend.
Boysenberry for the boyfriend.
He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. She gotta go. She gotta go. I made it. And that's why I had to go through the visitors' parking in B block.
That's quite a detour.
I would not have bothered. I would have been like, security, security, someone.
It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime.
5 minutes?
Given how far that was, it doesn't seem like a 5-minute run. I don't know.
This changes things considerably.
But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork.
You have a point. And the spork is a wonderful invention.
Would you like another caviar lunch?
Absolutely.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something.
Do you have any evidence to stop this? I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna eject. I don't know what.
5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest? Think about it. You can make a pasta in that amount of time. If you like it al dente.
That is how I like it.
I've got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots. What? What?
I've got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. What? You have lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots? Like the lunchbox itself ties the pasta? What? Whatever.
A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange?
Strange.
If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor?
Well, I guess I'd flee the scene.
Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you had the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Yeah. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edward, is the next witness ready to go?
Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history.
We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright.
That was too close.
I'm afraid that the Cough of Queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned.